everybody, welcome to Lauren's Scraplot. My name is Lauren Urbonas and this is Season 7, Episode 7 of the Great North American Stamping Show. A special congratulations goes out to Lisa, who won last week's competition, and I'm very excited to share with you what I'm bringing to the table for this week. Now, the set in front of me you may not recognize. This is an item that is actually not currently available on the Stampin' Up! Website unless you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So on March 3rd, Stampin' Up! Will be releasing new online exclusive products, and this is a soccer-themed suite called, what is it called? A Wonderful Match. So we have a Wonderful Match Designer Series paper, the Match Day bundle, and then complementing Wonderful Stars Puffy stickers. Now, if you have any questions about how you can get these items early, you can chat with any of us. I'm here in Canada, and the other three ladies are in the States. You can take advantage of Stampin' Up's joint offer, and we would love to get you set up with your own starter kit, which you can pre-order items in. But put on your calendars March 3rd because you'll be able to order from the online exclusives then, no matter what. So this bundle is what I'm going to use today for my project. Our challenge was to pick a layout from page 23 of the January to April mini catalog, and I decided to recreate this card up here in the corner. I wanted something that had a focal background image and then a very large kind of pull into a scene with a little sentiment. So here is my rendition using the soccer theme. I have tilted it on its side. So if you will imagine with me, I've got my nice background with the soccer field, and then we've got, or football if you're somewhere else too, and then we've got a nice focus here on the right with a sentiment. So let me show you how to put this card together. You can follow along if you're lucky enough to have it in your collection. Or of course you can just save this video for later and you can come back and recreate it once you have these supplies in hand. So it's very simple to put the background of it together. Most of the pieces come from that Match Day bundle. I've cut out a ton of little embellishments using the complementing dies, which I should show you. Sorry. There was the stamp set. There's where I got my t-shirt and I just stamped on designer paper. Here's my soccer ball. I stamped on basic white. I've got a sentiment. I've got some dies to play with. So I cut out my goal post. I'm going to show you a little tip and trick on how to get your cone, your pylon, a little bit shinier. But then I did use foil for both the medal or the trophy and the whistle. So we're going to put this together. You can see how fun it is. Perhaps you have somebody in your life who loves soccer/football and you can recreate this for them. So I'm going to show you with the garden green base, and then if you stick around to the end of the video, I have two other alternatives because the paper pack itself does use a combination of shaded spruce and garden green and granny apple green and shaded spruce in some of their layouts. So I will be showcasing two cards using those scenes at the very end. So here's my card base. I like to do things on the inside of my card, and this time instead of just a piece of basic white, I decorated a little bit. So of course, when you're cutting out your images, go ahead and do that soccer ball at the same time. You don't need to do it now, but let's get our card put together. I've got 5.5 by 8.5 in the garden green, scored down the middle at 4 1/4 inch. Inside the card, I'm going to put a piece of basic white that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. The scrap down at the bottom of my card, I ended up prepping a bunch of these cards. I'm going to use them at one of my upcoming monthly card classes. So I had some papers left over. I would caution, oh, whoops, I had tape on that one. Oops, I was so prepared. Let's do that again. Sorry. I guess I prepped myself for this project. Okay, so I would caution you to not cut a full 12 by 12 piece of paper just to get a tiny little strip for decor. Wait till you've made a few cards with this suite, and then when you have some left over, you can go ahead and add this. Mine happens to be 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. but yours can vary depending on what you have left in your stash. So it can be up to 1 inch, 1/4 inch, can be down to 1/2 inch. Use your scraps, don't cut something specific for this part. Okay, so I'm just using a little piece of the designer paper to add a little bit of detail. And haven't even shown you all the fun designer papers. These are fun and cute. Okay, so I happen to have my soccer ball ready. I'm just gonna pop it up on dimensionals, which I know is a little different for the inside of a card, but trust me, it's not gonna hurt anything to have one little dimensional on the inside. It actually looks rather cute, but you can make it flat if you like. And then I thought it was really cute to put the word goal inside. This way, this can be a birthday card for anybody, or I could use it as a thank you card for my son's coach this spring. We are nowhere near playing soccer. It is minus 27 plus a wind chill Celsius up here in Canada today. So I'm a little chilly, hence the sweater, but hopefully you guys are nice and warm wherever you are, and one day it will be warm and my son will play soccer and it will be lovely. Okay, on to the front of the card here. I'm gonna lay this out a little differently this time so you can kind of see it. This is the front of my card. I've got a piece of designer series paper, which you conveniently see has a hole in it. Don't waste your designer paper. Nobody is seeing what's in the back here. We're covering this centerpiece up with that playing field. So go ahead and chop from the center a little t-shirt. I happen to be using this pattern on my shaded spruce version, and I'm using the striped version, which is a different piece of paper to these fields, on this one. So mix and match, make a few cards, but save this for later. It's cute. Okay, this piece was also 4 inches by 5 1/4. We're gonna put that on flat with tape or seal or glue, whatever you prefer. And don't forget, every paper has 2 sides. So once you dig into this package, I think you'll realize it has a lot of potential. There we go. There's the center. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to cut a piece of basic white to complement the little field that I've chosen. So these fields come on a full 12 by 12 sheet of paper. There's 4 across and 3 rows. So you can get 4, 8, 12 out of one sheet. So you get 24 fields on one of those pieces of paper. Unfortunately, it has one of my favorite patterns on the back. So I am gonna have to decide at some point which fields I'm gonna sacrifice and keep the little soccer background, because this would be so easy to cut out with that circle die. For now, I just decided to stamp my own, but it would be really, really easy to make soccer balls with that die and this paper. So unfortunately, it has my 2 favorite things in one shot. When this cuts out, it ends up being about 3 inches by 4 inches. So I just want a piece of white that gives it a tiny shadow. So I went with 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. If you want a wider border, then you can make it 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. But mine is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So I'm going to put the field with tape onto the white, and then we're going to pop that up on dimensionals and center it on our card. Very, very slight border. I just wanted something to tie the field onto the card a little bit more. There we go. So at this point, you're going to decide which side of the field you want to see. You can see on my project, you don't really notice the bottom color. So pick a color that is your favorite. I'm going to go with the garden green because it kind of is opposite to the granny apple background, and center that on the card. Now, to build the rest of this little ensemble here in the bottom, we're actually going to move our card base to the side and do a little bit of assembly off the card because of how fine this net is. It's really tricky to put adhesive onto the back of it without it showing through. So the only places I can put adhesive are behind my images, like my t-shirt or my jersey and my soccer ball and my trophy. And then I can add the pylon and the whistle after that. So I've got a net. I cut this one out of basic black. The other version you'll see I used basic white. So I have started with a little t-shirt. This was from one of the striped pieces of designer series paper, not a field. There's a full 12 by 12 sheet like this with numbers on the back. And I just stamped Memento ink over top of that. If you have the Stampin Positioning tool, that will make your life so easy if you're making multiples of these, but I've got this done ahead of time. On the back of my jersey, I have something that's a little funny. So I have 2 dimensionals down here in the bottom, just stacked one high. And then I have 2 dimensionals stacked one on top of each other at the top of my jersey. So I don't know if you can see here, down here, it's stacked too high because at the end of this, I'm going to put dimensionals under my net to make it stand off the card. So the top of the jersey comes off the top. It needs to be too high to make up for the one here and the one I'm putting on the back of this. So my little tips and tricks. You can line these up very differently if you want, but this is what I'm doing. Okay, so, probably shouldn't have taken the backing off the top one yet. Just off the 2 here. I'm going to put my little jersey on here, kind of on the left-hand side, slightly hanging off, but not a ton because we do still need this to fit on the card. So there's our shirt. Next, we're going to add a soccer ball. And the fun thing about this is we need to make it come off the card even a little bit more. So I've got, at the moment, a soccer ball with dimensionals all on the same level, but I want it to stand out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack dimensionals on the space that touches the net. Okay, there's 1 and there's 2. And this is how you can just get a lot of lift and build a scene on the front of your card. That guy goes kind of there. Okay, looking good so far. Next is my trophy. I cut this out of a metallic-y gold paper. So I'm putting 2 mini dimensionals on the back, stacked too high. Once again, I want this to come off the net really, really pretty and give me a nice scene. So too high in these 2 little background spots. Being very secretive where we put these. If you had the black mini dimensionals, this would probably be a good project to use them on. Okay, there's my little guy. So at this point, we can put this onto the card. We're going to turn this over and we're going to be able to put adhesive anywhere that is already hidden. My tip of the trade is just put it right on top of the spots you already have dimensionals because you see those, they're supported and they're ready to go, but you could technically put them anywhere in this background space and no one would see them. They're all hidden. We like to hide things. This is where I'll take the backing off of that stacked jersey. And I probably need 1 more dimensional in this space here. There we go. Okay. We're going to put this onto the bottom part of our card. And then we can add the final details. So first off, I've got a whistle. I did the silver foil for that. There are 2 dimensionals stacked one on top of another here, and I'm going to put this right beside the trophy so it's on the same level there. If you feel like this is a little wobbly or unsupported, you can stick a dimensional in the back here too. Oh, sorry, that is a scam number, so I will ignore it. and then the pylon. So before I add the pylon, let me show you my little tip. So here's our pretty little pumpkin pie paper, but how do I make a shiny pylon? We have a couple options. You can grab Versamark and you can smush it over this, put clear embossing powder on, and you're good to go as soon as you cut it out. Or you can make your life really, really easy and grab some packing tape and put a strip of packing tape onto your paper and then die cut right on top of that. You will get a shiny pylon and you'll be able to do a whole row of them if you would like to do a whole obstacle course for somebody in the process. So that's a really simple and easy way for you to get a nice shine to your images. And if perhaps you didn't have any foil, you could put a piece of tape over the not shaded spruce. What am I saying? Oh, smoky slate. There, Lauren needs some more coffee. Smoky slate to make the whistle, or I would say pecan pie would be a good alternative for your gold. Both look really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna put a one dimensional on the back of my pylon and just put it on top of the t-shirt here to kind of hold it in the imagery. Now we need a sentiment. So there was a lot of cute sentiments in that one. But again, I wanted this to be a really versatile card that wasn't tied into specifically a game. It could just be somebody who loves this sport. So I cut myself a piece of basic white that is 2 1/8 inch long by 1/2 inch. And I stamped "Let's Go" in Memento Black. I've popped dimensionals on the back of that. And I'm going to put that just in the top of my project. All right, like that. And then we might as well use those gorgeous puffy stickers. There are a lot of them in the pack. You actually get 2 sheets of these stars, and you can use them however you wish. So I'm going to do a large one, and then 2 small ones to decorate right there. There we go. Now before you go, let me show you 2 other versions, and let me remind you, please click that like button. It really helps me out. And go and watch the other 3 videos from my fellow competitors this week, Lisa, Jody, and Julie. Their links are in the description below because they also have recreated that layout for you that I showed you at the beginning with something from their collections. So we want to see whose card you like the most, but regardless of who you're voting for, please leave us a comment. It does really help us all to get this series out there and to share it with other crafters. You can share the videos too. So here is my garden green version. Lovely. And then in that array of papers, there's I think 6 different designs of fields. So I've just made 3 different ones here and added different designer series papers in the back. You can see it's the exact same layout, but I just switched out colors. And then I think the other 3 fields are solid colors. So you'd have 1 granny apple green field, 1 shaded spruce field, and 1 garden green field. And you can mix and match the jerseys and the layouts of the background colors with that too. These 2 are shaded spruce background to match the designer paper and the stripes, and then this one is the garden green. So I hope you guys like them. Maybe comment below, tell me which one you like the best. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. That would be a great vote. I look forward to seeing you guys again next Thursday for another edition of the Great North American Stampin' Show. And follow my channel because there's videos posted on Tuesdays for my Show Me How It's Done series too. Bye.